All right, three, two, one. Welcome to this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. We here again another week in manga. AD, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy Labor Day. Hope everybody doing well. It's just a chill time.
It is a really chill time. I mean, this was a chill week. This was a chill week in manga.
Mm, uh, uh, yeah. Well,
I mean,
we'll get
kind of.
to like for the stuff for the stuff we're gonna talk about today. It wasn't really chill, but
Oh
like,
no, the stuff that we're gonna talk about today, it wasn't chill in there. But I think overall, the general manga feel of this week is very chill.
yeah.
You know, hey, listen, before we get started, I gotta cut this promo real quick.
Oh man. Oh man.
I gotta cut this promo real quick because one of my favorite mangas I feel like has been catching a lot of traction on social media. So shout out to Chainsaw Man.
I have been hearing about that. I've heard about the last few chapters. I gotta catch up.
Chainsaw Man man. Listen, it's picking up. I mean, say it's picking up, but I think people are really starting to catch on of how good this manga is, and it's definitely my favorite horror manga out right now. Currently,
Man.
they do not get afraid to take it there. And that's what I really enjoy about it. And I'm not talking about like taking there like, oh man, like granted, it's very graphic, especially if you read this last chapter, or the last few chapters, it gets very graphic and very intense. But I think that the way they write the way how they tie in or introduce the horror aspect of this manga is like my favorite thing. Like they keep this, honestly, like this suspense of just like there is something very evil just lurking. And you feel like that with like every character you're introduced to. Like all of these characters are somehow like they're fucked up in some way, shape, or form. There is just something like they really tie into that like demon aspect of you're making a deal with these devils, and it's man, Chainsaw Man is been seeing it get the love that it's been getting online as of late. It's been like my favorite thing because Chainsaw Man is probably is legit one of my favorite mangas out right now that I've been reading. So if you're listening to this, and I've talked about Chainsaw Man plenty of times before on this show, but if you have not started it yet, I just don't even know what to tell you anymore. Like if you have not started yet, I don't know what to tell you. You need to get on the wave. This week's chapter alone, I posted a panel. If you follow me on social media, I posted one panel on there. If you can see that one panel and don't go, oh shit, like what is this and why? Like I need to get into this. You're just a lost cause. Like I don't even know what to do for you anymore. So you know what? Everybody should read Chainsaw Man because Chainsaw Man, it's picking up, bro. It's picking up.
We might have to do like something for like Halloween for October, manga of the month with that, like something horror theme. That might be something that we might have to do.
Hey, we listen. I mean, we might have to. We're gonna have to tap into that. October might be the month of horror. You know what I mean? The month of horror for October. But it's a new month. Last episode, if you listen to it, we finished up our Prince of Tennis. We read that for the month of August, and me and AD both loved it, as if you can hear us. So listen to the last episode if you have not read Prince of Tennis. It's a nice little introduction course, I would say. Like it's very introductory to the Prince of Tennis and just even sports manga in general. So tap into this week's last week's episode where we talk about last month's manga of the month. Introducing now this month's manga of the month.
Da, 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 da.
Man, listen, we are me and AD. We turning the hat backwards on them, bro.
We gotta turn the cap back one time. You know what I'm saying? It's great to be doing this series. Like, it's something that everybody has had a part of their childhood, at least at some point in their lifetime. I'm talking about Pokemon. We doing the Pokemon manga, Pokemon Adventures, specifically Gold and Silver. Generation 2. How do you feel about Pokemon?
You know what? It's very funny because Pokemon Silver was the first Pokemon game I ever beat. Uh,
Ah, that's dope.
it's the first Pokemon game I ever beat. So I'm very happy. Hey, listen, it was a tight race too. Like it was a tight race between all those the different regions. You know, we did red and blue, gold and silver, um
uh,
diamond and sapphire, and there was one more that we did.
it
I
was
cannot.
Ruby and Sapphire, and
Ruby
then
and sapphire and diamond and
Diamond and
pearl.
Pearl.
There we go.
Yep.
My fault. So we know we did this, and it was a very tight race. Gold and silver won. I love Pokemon. I have read a bit of Pokemon Adventures, and it is completely different than the show.
To,
So,
to say the least.
yeah, to say the absolute least, is much different than the actual show. It is not geared towards children as much as as much as the show is. So I'm excited to kind of dive into Pokemon in like a different light. It's gonna be cool to see Pokemon in a different aspect, a little bit more mature content in it, a little like we gonna see some we're gonna see some real Pokemon battles happening and see the real aftermath of what happens in those. So I'm really excited for it. Like I said, Silver and Gold and Silver, the second generation, all that has a special place in my heart because of the games. So hopefully I find find a mod somewhere. Maybe I'll play the game while I'm reading the manga at the same time and see how that goes. But yeah, man, Pokemon Adventures, more specifically the Gold and Silver, the Gold and Silver volumes. Those are gonna be the ones that we're gonna be reading this month. So make sure you stay tuned, follow along. At the end of this month, we may have some special guests joining us. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. So we may have some friends. We may have some friends of some lookout friends joining us for that one. So stay very much tuned into that. But yeah, man, Pokemon Adventures, Gold and Silver. That's the September manga of the month. I'm happy for that. AD, we like we said before, this week was chill, but the chapters that we were going to talk about weren't as chill as it seemed. We got one back that we have been complaining a long time that has been pump faking us
for the longest.
For the absolute longest, bro. We're finally getting them back. We're talking about Spy Family, man. A great chapter.
Very great chapter. You love to see it.
You really do. If you need a reminder where they're at because they've been gone for so long. Right now you see that Lloyd and Nightfall are in this underground tennis tournament. And right now they're in this underground tennis tournament because they're trying to win this tournament so they can get these secret documents that are hidden behind this painting, all these things. You know what? I like how they started off the chapter. I completely like how they started off the chapter with Anya. You're outside playing, and you're having this moment of uncertainty.
Yeah.
I think, I know. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed how they showed that Twilight kind of got under her skin a little bit.
Just a little bit. Like she became kind of aware, the women's intuition of like, is Shorty trying to do something with my man's? Like, hold on now. I can't have nobody interrupt my mission or anything like that. So I might have to like put a stop to it. Meanwhile, Anya's on the side reading her mind the whole time, like, oh shit, like
Bro, Anya was in her mind like, yo, my mom tripping. Like, yo, you're fucking.
Like, don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. He coming back with the trophy. Like, trying to defuse the whole situation.
She's like, Mom, you're bugging right now. Chill out. No, that was a great moment right there. Just kind of having Anya like have to play peacemaker because she's like, yo, listen, I know what my mom's capable of.
I am not trying to see her on a rampage because she can really kill somebody.
Oh man, she was like, listen, I know what my mom is capable of. I don't know what this other lady's capable of, but I see my mama in action. And lady, you don't want these issues. No, it's that was a good way to I felt like started off. grounded the series very much. Because that's a very real situation. If if
Yeah.
you're anybody, if some your man's coworker pops in and just goes, "Hey yo, we finna go on this tennis trip, and you ain't gonna hear nothing." Yeah, so it definitely, it starts off very grounded, and it's nice that they kind of they jump back to see kind of what Anya and Yor is doing, just to keep them involved with the story, and they're not very much forgotten at all.
Yeah.
But then we get back, and we get back to the we get back to the tennis tournament. We see the Brolic brothers roided up,
flexing.
flexing. Hey, they came out like they came walking onto the tennis court doing just mad strong shit for no reason at all.
The man really ripped off the fence, and I was just like, "Dog, what was that even for? Like, who you?"
Nothing at all. They just came out just doing mad strong shit. Rip the fence, pop the tennis ball. What the tennis ball do to you, bro? Like what? Oh man, they came out doing just unreasonably strong shit, just to get smoked.
Exactly. Now the funniest part is like they were trash talking. They were like, "Bro, this nigga's not smart. Like Lloyd, he's not smart. He ain't got no brains. What are you talking about? Like he's just flustered. We're gonna beat him easy." Meanwhile, Nightfall is in the background, like, "I'm not gonna take this from you guys. Hell no." Nah.
Bro, she was not going. I mean, after that, she wasn't going to get any match after that match. Like she was going crazy until they got into the finals. I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure Lloyd didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure Lloyd didn't do a single thing. But it showed how like they're kind of at a disadvantage in this tournament, because anything's permitted. Like you could take steroids, you can have rocket launchers on your, you know what I'm saying? You can probably bring the blicky on the on the court. Like
you got Inspector Gadget rackets on here. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You got rockets on your racket? How are you smashed? This is really Prince of Tennis, but like
Prince of Tennis with weapons. And I'm not even gonna lie, Ryoma will probably go dummy in that tournament.
Dog, oh my god, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Like, give me Ryoma versus Lloyd. I want to see what pops off.
No, I want to see his dad first. Like maybe somebody a little bit more equal to Lloyd, somebody who got a little bit more skill. I don't know if Ryoma could take Lloyd.
Man, listen, bro, you saw my dog. My dog Ryoma done. He reached pinnacle perfection, dog. Listen, Ryoma's there. He's just out there having a good time. No senses. That boy couldn't see. He was out there. He couldn't see, feel, hear, nothing. It was smoke, dude. Hey, Ryoma probably got that one in the bag. He probably walking out. He probably not even gonna take a prize either. He's probably gonna be like, get the prize to the loser. I came here to play for fun.
Still got a ways to go, Lloyd.
Oh God. Oh my man! If he pulls out the "you still got a ways to go," I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done with the whole. I'm gonna be done with Ryoma. But nah, man, it was it was a fun chapter though. I mean, it really heats up at the end. They get into the finals. There's like 3 really like intense moments that kind of happen, and then one thing I enjoyed about it is they kind of shifted it very like flawlessly into these moments. First you get the moment where Lloyd and Nightfall, they're waiting in this room, waiting for the final opponent, and the finals is just so happen to be the son and the daughter of the dude that's running this thing.
Yep.
So they put him in this room, and Lloyd, I'm not gonna say loses it on Nightfall, but he definitely like tells her like, you need to calm the hell down.
Yeah, you doing a little bit too much right now. I'm getting kind of concerned for you and your mentality in this mission. So like, bring it together, reel it back in.
Yeah, for real. And I mean, and like this whole little could we call it an arc? Or
I think we can call it a little like mini arc, like
a little. So during this whole little mini arc, I guess like the underlying thing is, you got these two spies that both feel that they're getting too caught up emotionally within whatever they're doing. I mean, Nightfall feels that Lloyd is starting to catch up. No, he's starting to catch emotions for Yor, and that she thinks that she's gonna, he's gonna blow his mission because he's getting caught up in his feelings. But at the same time, Lloyd is on this mission with her and is like, listen, you're getting caught up with your feelings. Like, she's going so hard in the tennis, and she's going so hard to kind of like prove herself to Lloyd, like, hey, look at me, I'm shining, I'm doing all these things.
Yeah.
That he's like, listen, you're going too hard, and I've seen too many comrades die in the battlefield because they're getting caught up on, they're not thinking strategically.
Yeah.
He's like, you're going hard, you're smashing these people, and they are.
You're standing out a little bit too much when you're supposed to be a spy. Like, you're supposed to be a little bit more secretive about the stuff that you're doing.
He's like, your hands are bruising because you're playing so hard. And it's like, obviously it's a tennis match, so it looks like she's playing hard, but Lloyd is reading between the lines of things of like, your emotions are getting the best of you. And with that, while they're in the midst of this, this conversation, they're in the midst of this kind of, they're having a quarrel in there. The game starts getting played dirty.
Yeah.
They were. She was like, "Hold your breath." He was like, "What?" He was like, "An odorless gas is now."
Entered the room.
It's now entered the room. She said, "My fingers are feeling tingly." I was like, "Damn!" Like you could tell that off of that. Like it was only in there for like 2 seconds.
But he really peeped it and was like, wait, she really peeped it and was like, wait a minute, hold the fuck up. Like, this ain't normal. Like, I know how my hands have been feeling since I got off the match. And now, like, all of a sudden, this is kind of different. So it was like a good moment where she had like a judgment, like a realization of judgment. It was like, yeah, nah, this ain't right. Something's happening here.
Yeah, and I like her very unreasonable request of holding your breath for 10 minutes.
Like, I'm pretty sure Lloyd has trained to do that, but it's the matter of, bro, 10 minutes. Like, you legitimately want me to crawl through this entire event system and make it to the court in 10 minutes? All right.
Yeah, she was like, how long can you hold your breath? Him being very calmly, if it's around 10 minutes, I'll be okay. Huh? You gonna hold your breath for 10 minutes? What? Listen, man, I would have been dead immediately, dog. I would have died.
Oh no, for real. Like within the first 5 seconds.
First 5 minutes. Man, listen, I probably could hold my breath for a good 2 minutes, and then I'm dead. I'm dead. Listen.
For me, immediately.
Oh man, so. We finally get, they get it onto the court. Somehow they hold their breath for 10 minutes, but, this gas has this lingering effects. They're still kind of like, my body feels like they're on pins and needles. Like I don't, they're not fully comfortable in their body. They step onto the court. They see these 2 young kids step on. And as soon as the match starts, they pull out the toys. Like, man, like I said, man got like, rocket launchers on the side of his tennis racket. She got like a string that makes it like
a whip racket.
A whip racket. Like all these tools that they bring out, and they're like they're in a tight predicament. But they show the brilliance in how like all around perfect Lloyd is, because he's handling this match. He's keeping them alive in this match, and everyone in there is just like, yo, like what is really going on? And he's like, you got some lucky points. He's like, nah, bro, this is all strategic.
All strategic. I see y'all trying to like do stuff to the court, and I've taken notice as many times as we played out here. Like I've seen you guys rig this place, like, and I had my eyes on it. But I'm not finna lose to this. Like, I'm about to beat y'all fair and square, and y'all have no choice but to accept this ass whooping y'all about to get.
Bro, he was like, y'all really gotta accept this now. Hey, well, we gotta really talk about though the bet numbers that were flying around.
Oh yeah, because
you see how homie big up them?
Hold on, let me go back, because I was like, wait a minute, he legit was like, yeah, nah, I got 10 million on the kids. Hold
Man,
on.
listen, he was like, everyone's around. We got 2 mil. We got 2 mil. He said, hey, we double digits, bro. He said, I got 10 on the kids. I got 10 million on the kitties. What we really talking? Y'all, what we talking? Y'all talking little money right now. Y'all talking only 2 mil.
Let's go big on big.
Let's
Like
go big on big. Listen. Big bang take little bang, foolie. He was like, he was betting without a cause.
he was legit like, yeah, nah, I'm all in for real though. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I'm really
Bro,
finna run it up on y'all.
no, he was like, I really got bags. Like I said, y'all, I really got bags on these foolies. Like y'all do not understand. So, hey, shout out to Cuz because, yeah, he really, he really dropped a bag on him.
As you
Uh,
supposed to, man. Like,
as you supposed to. But I am excited for, I'm excited for this next chapter because even I feel that he is catching wind that Lloyd and Nightfall aren't really who they say they are.
yeah, and that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out because they're standing out in this like setting with like a lot of people and it's basically like an underground gambling rink. It's gonna get kind of out there within the realms of like the higher society in that country. Like, oh shit, like these people have drugs, steroids. The original plot for them entering into the place was like, we got drugs going on being smuggled, and we need y'all to infiltrate like the ring and see what's going on. So now it's going to be interesting to see like, oh shit, like they've actually been like caught wind. Keep an eye on them. Like, let me see if I can pull information about them too, and it could play back to them being at the hospital, and who knows where that could lead to.
Yeah, definitely. So, it was a fun chapter. I'm happy Spy Family is back. They gave us, I wish they gave us a little more. I mean, I'm like, come on,
Yeah,
dog. Y'all gone for 2 weeks. I mean, y'all could have gave us a couple extra pages. Something could have had a
yeah, a color page or something like.
man, dog. They didn't give us. I mean, hey, but when we here, we got a chapter. I'll take it. I'll take what I can
Yeah,
get right now.
most
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, definitely. But another thing came back. I mean, it's the beginning of the month, so a lot of monthlies drop. A monthly that we did a couple months, 2 months ago. That's our
Mhm.
manga of the month. World
Our
Trigger.
first manga of the month.
Yeah, our first manga of the month. So welcome back, World Trigger. You're back on the big eyes. No, this month's chapter was really fun. I really enjoyed it. They drop a nice little bomb on us, a nice little bomb reveal at the end.
Yeah, I was like, all right, okay, my youngin,
Yeah,
like,
listen, bro. Obviously, the funniest character, the funniest character personally to me in the whole thing, outside of Yuma, but
yeah,
this little dude, he be wilding on the low. He be just be pulling up places.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
like, what's his name? Yotaro.
Yep, Yotaro.
Like him and his interactions with like the entire Tamakoma branch is like always been funny. Like with him and Yuma as the dynamic, him and Konami. Most recently, him and Hyusei. First of all, we gotta talk about Hyusei joining the squad. Like, shout out to Hyusei. That man been.
Yep. He
I,
listen. He been on his shit.
he has, and I'm proud of him. Though he did get caught up, it was like, oh no, nah, like you've been standing out a little bit too much there, Playboy. Just like Nightfall, like a lot
They're
of
like,
people.
yo, they're like, hey, Tony, they're like, take it down 2 notches, my guy. Like
just
two of them.
just a little bit, bro. You literally joined today, and you already B rank. Like everybody's already wondering if you not even supposed to be here. Like first of all, Yuma shows up and he's like ranking up as fast, and he shows up and is like, okay, now both of them are in Tamakoma. It would not be out of the realm of scope if people are like, yeah, nah, they're neighbors. But shout out to Mikumo. Shout out to everybody who's like holding it down. Is like, yeah, nah, neighbors ain't such bad folks.
Nah,
It,
definitely.
it's great.
It is great. So, when we start this chapter off, we see one of the old planets or one of these old crews come back to Medine. They're talking to the head of Tamakoa. They're trying to cut this like deal. This goes back to one thing that we talked about why we like this manga so much is that you really see the strategicness of everything. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing that happens in this, especially when it comes to battle or anything that doesn't seem that it doesn't have a purpose.
Yeah.
Um, So we see these, old neighbors come back who have actually attacked. No, they straight attacked them, and they're coming back. And always just talking to them casually, like they didn't try to drill your shit.
Exactly. Well,
like a couple months ago.
Like it wasn't that long ago. They weren't trying to do your shit, but at the same time, they're like, you guys tried to pull off a little diversion, but you didn't actually like attack us. So we might let you off the hook for a little bit. We just want to chat it up real quick. So it was good in that play.
It really was. So they're talking to these these people who are in quote unquote alliance with Aftercrater. Did I say that right? Aftercrater. Yeah,
I call it like I call it like Af Raptor or something like that.
So they're which is who is really like the big bad guy in all of this. They're in this quote unquote alliance, which is more of a Avatar got the gun pointed to their head and they telling them what to do so they don't off they shit. So they sneak into Medine though to have this kind of secret meeting where they're kind of like, listen, scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Here's the thing about that. I don't even think it was a secret meeting. As I was like catching up and everything, I was like, hold on. Jin saw their faces, so he knew their futures. So it's not like that he planned everything. He knew that they were going to be there. It's not like they were planning to have the meeting. He just knew that where they were going to be because he had seen them and his side effect. Now he could predetermine their futures.
Galapalua, there you go.
Okay.
That's the planet they're from.
Okay.
So Jin's cold. I love Jin.
Yeah, he's amazing.
I don't think we talked much about the side effects on the last episode, but I do like the side effect things that each character kind of or like some characters have.
Yeah.
I see Jin could see into the future. There's one where I'm trying to remember which character, but their hearing is like super hearing. I like them because they're not too crazy. Like even Jin, like seeing into the future type thing. Like he even talks about like, well, there's multiple timelines that could happen. Like I kind of just see one thing that happened, or I see a bunch of different things that happen, and it could go different ways. I just know what each decision, what the outcome's going to be at the end.
Yeah, but the thing, and also with that, he only knows the futures of people's that he sees. So because a lot of people have like overlapping futures, he can determine the branches based off of that, and it's kind of cool to see like him make these strategies and like make plays for not just himself, but for like other people in Border, as when it comes to like them strategizing, like using his strategies with his side effects. So it's really good to see him use that in such a very big way.
Yeah. And the way he uses it, it ties really well into the story.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things just like he sees the future and then now they know, and then like I don't know. Like I feel that sometimes when you do like people who can see into the future, they sometimes rely on them a little too much, or like rely on like the future outcome as an actual storyline too much. I mean, My Hero did that a little bit with what's his name? Foresight. Night Eye. There we go. Night Eye. With his foresight, like I felt like they were they fell so into the future prediction that the future prediction became the story. In Jin's case, they use his future prediction isn't the main thing. It just enhances the story. So they use it as an enhancer instead of a main drive.
Yeah, he manipulates it so it could actually mean something different than what was just said.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I really enjoy about it. I mean, even they do that with all the side effects in this story, but so they have this meeting. They're talking to these guys. They're asking questions. They're figuring out more. They're like, the big question comes where he's like, yo, how did y'all obtain a mother trigger? Like, y'all, you just got to tell us, how did you obtain a mother trigger? Like, I'm not even asking you for as knowledge for war or anything. I just personally want to know.
Yeah.
And, you start getting into the history, a little bit more of history of Border.
Medine.
Yeah, you're the more in Medine in general, you're learning more about the Border in their beginning days, and learning more about Medine. Yeah, like a lot of this stuff is happening within a 5-year span. Um, so
Yeah.
you're learning more and more, and so what we learned was that the original border was an alliance between they have an allied nations. Medine did, and it was with Dexia, Meson, and Aristera. And Aristera was a planet that got destroyed 5 years ago, and the way that they obtained their mother trigger was from Asteria, who gave them their mother trigger. And this is where the big bomb gets dropped. We figured out that, oh man, some of the royal family and the newborn prince have no, they escape Asteria, they get to Medine, and guess who's the newborn prince? Our young little Paleo Yotora,
Yotaro.
Yotaro is here. And our little guy, he's a little prince. I love it. I love that he's the prince. it makes everything that he says so much better, especially when he goes like, "Oh, I taught him that. Oh, I taught him that." Like you gotta talk to him different now. He's royal now. He's royalty.
And it's crazy because it's like, you see him throughout the entire story. It's just like, bro, whose little brother is this? Like, he just hangs around.
He's a little homie that just be in the trap like all day. Oh man. So like for him to get a title is really fun too.
Yeah, that is really great to see. And it's like, it also gives him a little bit more importance to the story because, when you think about Tamakoma, you think like Tamakoma is a big point of the story because we also get the fact that Tamakoma was the original headquarters for Border, and everybody who, are like superiors or who went to do off different things, they originated at Border. So we also see like, what's his name? Mikumo move into Commander Kito's room when he first moves into Border, and it's just like, okay, you see, not Border, Tamakoma branch, and Commander Kito was a member of Tamakoma. That in itself, so you can see like Keto, you see all of these different connections with other characters that get introduced, and they mention them every now and again, and you see how like, oh no, these people are actually like connected in a different way, and we don't really see that too much into the story, but they do drop hints every now and again, and this is one of those hints where it's like, oh yeah, no, like we brought in Yotaro and his sister, who's the young princess, because they were, their royalty from one of our allied nations, and we take care of them. So myself, the Tamakoma leader, and Shinoda, who's another member of the of Border, we assigned ourselves to be, quote unquote, the relatives to these guys. So it's like, we're all in on it, and we all kind of like lie about the different things. It's also like how Hyusei is the engineer for Tamakoma Branch's like nephew, quote unquote, just to like dispel the rumors. And it's like, you guys are doing so much as far as a part of Tamakoma, to keep these things going. It's like, but you understand why we took on the old mission of Border to, become friends with neighbors, while the new Border is, we're just gonna like do everything that we can to shut out. We're gonna do everything we can to basically protect Medine at the end of the day.
Yeah, I do really enjoy that because it definitely adds it's a different layer because you like throughout the story you see kind of the strife and kind of the internal strife of Border with their different branches. And I think Tamako, like you said, is like if they're really the ones that are staying very true to the original mission of Border, which is, we want to be allies with these neighbors. We don't want to be us versus like, everybody versus us. So they stay very true of just being like, listen, we'll fill them out. Like it's not a thing where neighbors die. Like the other branches where it's like, you kill a neighbor on sight. It's like you see an op, you shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is. They're just like, listen, bro, everybody got the green light. Like you see it, start shooting. But
it was like you send a friend request first.
Oh yeah, send a friend request. Yeah, send a friend request first. But like Tamakoa, they're really working behind the scenes of what is a way that once again they can. I think it's such a power move for them because they're just like, listen, we could build up all these allies and have all these allies on our side and have all these things, like, we would have less to worry about.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see how they're moving. Once again, like everything has a purpose. Everything is strategic. Things happen for a reason. You don't just see things just happening just to happen. So, yeah, man, this month's chapter of World Trigger, I love I love the backstory that we get on a lot of things. I like that little like bomb reveal. That was really fun. And yeah, man, I'm continuing to stay tapped in. I really wish World Trigger was a weekly.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I appreciate it being a monthly at the moment right now because there's so much stuff that comes out on a weekly basis, and we get so much of it, and then it gets cut off. So I appreciate them being like, you know what, World Trigger has enough build up. We have a good enough story here. Drop 2 chapters a month, and we can call it a day, and everybody gets their fulfillment. I think World Trigger right now being a monthly doesn't need to shift back into weekly stuff. It stays in our mind fresh enough, and I think it's still an enjoyable read.
Don't listen to him. Come back, please.
No,
come back with Don't listen to this man. Listen, at least do bi-monthly, dog. Like, give me 2 a month at least. Like, bro, I gotta wait a whole another month now to see my little dog. No, I gotta see how he acts though. Like, I gotta see how the energy shifts in the room. Know what I'm saying? Like, my little dog's a prince now. Like, my little man's is a prince now.
Speak to him differently.
You gotta talk to him different. I need to see that next week. I need to see how the energy in the room changes. I need to see. They're gonna start talking to him different now. They're like, nah, bro, listen, treat me how you treat me before now. Like, come on now, don't treat me. Talk to me how you talked to me before. But no, my dog's a prince. My dog's a prince. You gotta listen. The game is different now.
Fresh Prince of whatever his place is.
Fresh Prince of Medine, dog. Fresh Prince of Medine. Oh man. So let's get into the big one this week.
Yeah, ooh, yeah, we got you.
The big one. My hero is continuing to just up the ante a little bit.
Of course. Ooh, like, man, it's great. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, this chapter and probably the next chapter are going to be some of the most amazing things that we see, like, in a sequence in itself. Like, just the sheer fact of everything that's happened so far leading up to these like crucial moments, like it's basically, we're at the buzzer beater. We're in like the last 30 seconds of like the game, bro. It's 4th quarter, and we're down. We are down by like 3 points.
They're down. They're down. Hey, listen, the fear on them kids' faces, they were like, he just ran past us. We don't even matter to him.
Like,
did we do the right thing? Did we do the right thing trying to stop? Like, are we even worthy to be heroes? Like, bro, these kids are now mentally just beaten up, dog. They're just like, I don't even like, did the serum work? They're done, bro. They're done mentally. These students they're done. I really hope that after this, we see someone drop out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like half of them drop out and we see like a mesh between 1A and 1B classes because of just how many folks dropped out. Like, it would be amazing. Not amazing, but like, it's the sheer fact that GMAC is just still tanking along. Like, I think we knew that he would still be just like moving along, but to have that for that serum, all of those kids' efforts to go down the drain, and he's still just charging and just knocking cities out left and right. Where are the heroes? All the heroes are down. Like, we are in the final. We're in the final. We're not in the finals, but like, we're in the finals, bro. Like,
Hey, one thing I enjoy though is how the doctor, every time he talks, he's just popping his shit.
Yeah, like, I told y'all thought it was crazy.
I told y'all, you wouldn't believe me, but I told y'all. Like, bro, every time he speaks, he's talking cash shit. Every time this doctor speaks, he is talking cash shit. He is not. He's like, listen, bro, y'all really thought y'all had this in the bag, didn't you? He was like, hey, he heard that he was on his way. He was like, oh, y'all done Y'all done messed up. He was like, he's up. He was like, y'all should have. He said, y'all should have killed him. Y'all had the chance. He said, yes, so y'all messed up. Y'all messed up. Y'all didn't want to pull the trigger, and now look at you. Look at you, sad in the corner crying. Look at you now. He was like, he's talking all this. He in cuffs. He in cuffs. He's pretty much like, you might as well let me go now. He was like, what you gonna do? I'm about to break out in like 10 seconds. They about to come scoop me up. They want to scoop me in the hoopty. They're gonna air this out. They're gonna air this out, and we going right to Shiggy. And then what you gonna do next? Like the doctor was talking shit in cuffs, bro. He's a different breed.
But let me say this as the side note to him popping all his shit. The chapter title is 75. Now, I want y'all to go ahead and have that moment way back when the doctor was in the lab with Shiggy in the test tube, and he only had 75%. And all of that comes back to play now. So fast forward to where we at right now. Doctor's still popping his shit. They still going at it with Shiggy. And he's just sitting there like, hold on, like, I'm not regenerating as fast as I should be. And now we know why. We see where that 75% comes into play at this moment.
No, yeah, we really do. This is where I really think they there's gonna be a bailout. I think G-Max probably grabs him and takes off because he's not able to control his power. I mean, they even said that before. I mean, Gran Torino, who somehow is still alive. Man, yes. Hey, dog. No. Let's go. This man got a hole in his chest, and this dude's talking. What? No,
Goku man, had a hole in his chest.
Listen, that's reserved for Goku, dog. That power move is reserved for Goku. All right, listen. Goku, Vegeta. Those are the only two characters that can have holes in their chest and still talk shit. That's what that move is reserved for. That move isn't reserved for an old dude like Gran Torino.
What do you mean? He earned his stripes. What do you mean, bro? He earned his stripes. He deserves to have a hole in his chest and like still pop a little shit. Like a little bit.
No, listen here, old man. Listen here, geezer. Get out of here, boomer.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
Oh, man, listen. How many times do I teach you this lesson? Sit your old ass down somewhere, man. For real. Like, why is he still alive? He should be laid out somewhere, and Deku should be mourning that.
No,
hey,
this
listen, if he makes it out of here alive, I'm gonna be heated. If he makes it out alive, I'm gonna be so mad. If they airlift him or whatever to the hospital and they just give him like 4 stitches, I'm out of there. I'm done with my hero. I'm done with my hero if Gran Torino lives after this.
He's not living. I feel like the only reason he's legitimately still alive is just to have that plus ultra moment, especially with the ending reveal with Deku. We need him to have that like little lift off to show him like just what he really can do.
Yeah, we did get that. I mean, it's been a week of reveals. I mean, we figure out homie's a prince. We figure out yours jealous. There's a week of
jealous.
She's actually jealous. I was like, yo, she was feeling tight. She was mad Aggie at Nightfall. But to cap off, the reveal, Deku starts levitating. He starts floating in the air, bro. And I think him starting to float was a good reminder that there's a much more of the story to be told because he still has like 4 other powers he needs to activate. I think it's 4, right?
Yeah, because it's the all for one. It's one for all, like the super strength. It's the black whip. It's the levitation, and I think like 2 other people didn't have quirks, and then like 3 other people because it was like he's like the 9th user, right?
Yeah, I mean he's somewhere in that lineage. That there's still more powers that he needs to open up.
I think there are 4 or 5 more.
But he starts to float, and Torino's like that's Nana's power. I can recognize that. Deku has this dope moment where he uses the black whip and he's floating. He got everyone in the air to
Keep
get
Shiggy
away
from
from.
decaying the ground.
Oh yeah, to keep everyone from dying and decaying the ground. And we get this last ending panel where he's like, "In the air, this is where I'm gonna beat you." Completely just erasing from his mind that Shiggy could pretty much do the same damn thing. But hey, it is what it is. But no, man, it was a wild ending to a chapter. But it does let me know. I mean, it gives me two thoughts. First of all, is he gonna have a conversation with Nana or Nana?
Mm,
Because he did talk to the last user when he got the black whip. So does he
yeah.
talk to Nana? And I hope he does, because I hope she says something really funny like smoke my grandson. This nigga is lost. Smoke this little send this little nigga to
Whip this
God.
nigga into shape. I need to see that nigga with me.
Hey, it's gonna be that LaMelo Ball meme. Beat that nigga ass, daddy. she gonna tell him to smoke him. Oh, but no,
I forgot about that WWE shit.
shout out to the A show. Hey, A show 150 just happened, so shout out to those guys.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to J5. Shout out to Mills, and but I really wonder if he's gonna have a chance or he does talk to her, because I feel like she is a very much a key component to this whole story.
Yeah.
But we don't hear a lot about her. We don't, when we see her during the kind of like key moments, but it's like Deku and her, we never had a one-on-one with her and Deku where there's never like a moment where she truly impacts Deku.
I think this is why Gran Torino is still alive, so he can bridge the gap between him and Nana, and because they both kind of have similar powers. I think all of that is going to tie very well into the next chapter, which is I need the Gran Torino plus Ultra moment. I don't care what you say. I need to see it happen just to bring it together. Like I'm just saying that would tie everything together. I would be extremely happy. That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? We got it.
He gonna go plus and get divided in half by that nigga Shiggy. Shiggy gonna finish the job. That's what I need him to do.
Oh man,
but no,
you got a problem with old people, man. I
do. I do and I don't. But what more is Gran Torino giving to the story?
I'm just saying, like, it would be better for him to just to have this last moment. If Gran Torino could speak to Nana, and, we bridge all of that stuff together, and all of that storyline can be brought into the present. Because the only people who really kind of know about that story are the people who are the ones in the know with Shimura's past and Nana, and that would be Shigaraki's past and Nana, and that would be mainly Gran Torino and All Might. And because All Might is still kind of here, but he's he's on leave, and Gran Torino got a hole in his chest right now. I think would make a little more sense.
He really do got a hole in his chest. They got this man talking. Zawa got no leg. They were like, "Hey, why they do Zawa like that, bro?" They were like, they pretty much told this man to, they were like, levitate it, put some ice on it. He got no leg. He got no leg. You told this man to just ice it. You just like, hey, yo, man,
put some ice on it. He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine, man. He'll be fine. Hey, this chapter does confirm though time skip coming.
Yes, it does.
Time skip coming, bro. Like there's no way after this battle we don't skip at least a year.
A little something, because like the last time we got the time skip was really when he activated the Black Whip for the first time, and then we see him like training with Endeavor, and they had the little time skip at that point. We get time skips every now and again when we get introduced to like new powers or something being awakened. So like we got the time skip incoming.
Yeah, the time skip's gonna come. I think this next chapter we don't get the climactic battle that everyone's wanting. There'll probably be a couple moves here and there. There might be a little scuffle. But I think both of them are hitting their peak in terms of their power and how much they're using their power. Like that turbo's gone, bro. They got the Gatorade. They got the Gatorade symbol next to their name, dog. Like they need to go sit on the bench or something. Like for real, man. They they have definitely exhausted their energy. So I do think they probably do escape. They run away, and then we figure out they meet back up again once they both got a little bit better control of their power.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see how that goes though, because I think so. When do you think the battle is going to end? Because my guess is this battle will end by the end of the month, and so I would say like in 2 or 3 chapters.
Same, probably 2 or 3 chapters. I mean, you're gonna see, G-Mac is gonna continue to destroy the city for a bit. He's gonna probably have his fun, just start kicking down buildings for no reason. He's gonna take a little detour route. A bridge. What is it?
Run across the bridge and break it as he's running.
Listen, man, he might do some wild shit. Be like, you know what? I mean, just running up in this. Being a villain don't pay well. He might run around and hit a Wells Fargo or something. He might mess around, hit a couple Wells Fargos, might hit the Federal Reserve.
Dobby in the air, like, hold up, park right here.
Yeah, Dobby in the air. Hey, listen, Dobby about a bag. Hey, Dobby about a bag, bro. He gonna be
not
like,
for
listen.
real.
He was like, listen, homie, we about to let's jump off real quick.
Like, we about to win. We catching a W. But let's make some stops so we can secure everything.
Yeah, listen, bro, he was trying to secure the bag. Listen, he might stop. No, I agree. It'll probably be the next couple chapters. They're gonna give us something. They're gonna give us something to make us go, brain explosion emoji, again for like the 5th time in the past few weeks. But
yeah,
there's gonna be a very, there's gonna be an explanation point to end this, and then I do feel after that we go separate ways. Maybe a new threat appears. Maybe, something's going to happen in between it. And then I think we're going to start getting closer and closer to the end game. But
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think this is to say all, like, I don't think this is the, end of everything, but, I'm excited to see what happens, in the next coming weeks.
Same. It's ramping up to like a very big climax.
It is. I mean, they jumped as soon as Shiggy broke out of that thing. They were just like, they just shot it up. They're just like, okay, we're gonna. And it was hectic, going on. Like, Mariko's in there fighting all the no moves, like in Denver. Like, there's a lot of things going on, But I think for My Hero, it felt very kind of typical My Hero heroes doing hero shit.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, oh shit! And then Shiggy broke open. And it was like, oh, these heroes are actually about to die. Like these guys.
Exactly. We had the dub in the beginning. They had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, they did. They had them in the first half.
But the second half, though, this is where the game is in the question. Like
the game is very much different now. But a fun week in My Hero. And it's cool that they left us off on this note because next week we don't get a chapter next Sunday. We're not getting a My Hero chapter, but next week is My Hero Week.
Yeah.
On the lookout, RNC. So kicking off next Monday. It's My Hero all week, and we got some very fun things lined up for you guys. We got some very fun things. We got some special guests. We got stuff popping off, and I am, we're very excited for it. So, man, make sure you are following the Lookout RNC on Twitter and on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the Lookout RNC because next week, man, we going up for My Hero. My Hero is gonna get is getting praised all week. So, make sure you tune into that. Man, make sure you follow RNC Radio Live, where we just got a bunch of big things happening. Shout out to all the podcast guys. Shout out to RSPN. Shout out to Play for Keeps. Shout out to the A Show, like we said before, man. Like a lot of just fun stuff is happening on RNC Radio Live. So make sure you tap in and subscribe to that too. Yeah, man. That's gonna wrap up this week's episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And like we said before, man, follow us, subscribe, all these fun things. AD, what's our sign off, man?
Read more manga, watch more anime, drink more water, and have yourselves a very lovely, lovely day.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all, be safe this Labor Day.
Drive safe, please be careful. Don't drive drunk. Watch out.
Man,
Watch.
listen, wear your mask, drink your water. You know, if you're gonna go out and parlay with people, man, just be safe. You know,
Don't wear white after this.
don't wear white. You know, it's your last day wearing white, so you know y'all gonna pull up dressed like dressed in all white. Just make sure you don't get no glizzy stain on the white, bro.
Oh man, the red and yellow, one.
Man. Hey, listen, this is the listen. Labor Day is the glizzy go away.
It is. It really is. It's the last time that you can really like have like a good cookout with the glizzies and everything.
Man, listen, y'all better triple down on them. Someone's gonna post a triple Glock.
Oh, he's downing the triple glizzy.
The triple glizzy. The triple glizzy is gonna happen. I might mess around and make it like a chili dog or something, man. I might dress. I might have the glizzy in a full tuxedo, bro. You might have the chili and the cheese on my glizzy this on Monday. We all hear this, so. But man, once again, like we said before, y'all have a safe Labor Day weekend. Thank you for listening to the Big Eyes Podcast. Peace.